I crocheted a chocolate bunny using 10mm eyes. These are plastic eyes with plastic backing to them. And these are the ribbons that I used. It's called Fray 1/8 inch 100% polyester, and one of them's a double face satin. Color 187 Azilla. It's like a dark pink color. I got it at an auction. It's really old. And then a turquoise color. They're 1/8 inch. So you have to make 2 pieces of the rabbit, and then you put the eyes on, and then you're gonna sew them together. So I got my 2 pieces made already, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna put the eyes in. So I got the eyes in on both sides. And then you just put the white piece on the back and press down on it. I think the pattern wants you to use 12mm eyes, but I only have 8mm and 10mm eyes, so I use the 10mm. And then make sure it's facing the correct way when you put the eyes in. So, like, keep them together while you're doing it. Kind of help me lay it out better, because when you flip it around and stuff, you might put the eyes in wrong. So I'm trying to figure out where to put the eyes on the other side. This is my first time making these little bunnies. Just go through the patterns by 3am Grace Designs. I used a 4.5mm hook. The yarn that I used is Red Heart soft medium weight number 4 yarn. It requires a 5.5mm hook, and I used a 4.5mm hook on mine. So I got these eyes in so far. So now I'm just taking these little plastic clips, and I'm going around to each corner or circle or around the edges to match them up, so that they don't come, like when I'm sewing, I don't sew on the wrong parts. So I thought this might be a good idea, just to even them out, the 2 panels, so that they match on the corners and the curves and edges and stuff all the way around. And they recommend sewing it counterclockwise, so I'm just trying to prepare myself. And I used the polyfill stuffing as I went through. I did the head first, and then finished crocheting the body. And then before I stitched it together, I added more yarn or polyfill as I went. So I'm just going through and putting these little markers in place. When I was a kid, we used to have these chocolate Easter bunnies in our baskets, and I thought it was really, like, I always looked forward to it in my basket. As I got older, I just got a chocolate bunny and no basket. And then when I had nieces and nephews, I never had kids, so I always gave that to them when they were younger. And I always liked to put my little chocolate bunnies in the refrigerator. I liked them cold. So I'm just going around and continuing to place markers all the way around the bunny. And then this is me showing you what it looks like. And then I'm going to get my yarn ready and start stitching around the bunny. So I'm just getting it ready, forming a little loop so that I can attach it to the bunny. And then I think I'm looking for the paper here to show you what kind of yarn I use. This is like a brown color, and it's Red Heart soft medium weight yarn. And it is acrylic, 100% acrylic yarn. So this is the paper it came with. It requires a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I used a 4.5 on mine. And my bunny ended up being 7.4 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide with a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm just going around stitching, and while I'm going around stitching, I googled some facts about the history of the chocolate bunny. And in the 1890s, Robert Strohecker, he lived in Pennsylvania. He owned a drugstore, and in his shop he had like a 5-foot tall bunny in the shop. And in the 1920s, it was a household tradition. And in the 1930s, that's when the Hello Bunny started. And it started like, and the Germans started it, and then shared it with the American. And it's supposed to, the bunny is supposed to symbolize spring and fertility. So those are a little bit of history behind that. The Easter Bunny. So I'm still just going around trying to, it's hard to stitch around, like to get your crochet hook and each of the little stitches around. I'm just doing single crochets all the way around the bunny. I use my Apple Watch so I can turn my phone around to record the video, and I can see my camera on my Apple Watch. So that's why I keep looking at my Apple Watch. Kind of helps me out. So I'm just going around stitching. I wish I had some like yellow ribbon to put, but I only have turquoise and the dark pink color. I have black and I think like a darker blue, but I don't have the 1/8 inch yellow ribbon. That was my mom's favorite color, yellow. So I always liked the little chocolate bunnies with the yellow ribbons, bows. Oh, on this pattern, I got it from 3am Grace Designs on Etsy. And in the pattern, it comes with a crochet bow pattern. If you don't want to use the ribbon, so you can actually like crochet like a yellow bow on there instead of using a ribbon, if that's what you wanted to do. But I like the look of the ribbon around the neck. It looks like more classic and old school like. So that's what I'm used to, like when I was younger, with it coming with the little ribbons on them. I'm just crocheting around, trying to, I know you can't really see anything, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just crocheting around, trying to get it closed. I don't know if you like watching stuff like this, but I didn't really edit any of this. I'm just like going around and trying to close it and crochet around. I keep biting my mouth. So I got pretty much the head sewn. So here in a little bit I'm going to, I got some of the body and almost the head done. So I'm going to start adding some stuffing around it. Polyfill stuffing. So this is the polyfill stuffing that I'm using. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the head first. And try to stuff it up into where the ears are. You can use a wood stick or your fingers or something to help you pull it up in there better. I think these little bunnies turned out really cute. What's your favorite thing in your Easter baskets when you was younger? So I'm just showing you again the Ofray 1/8 inch. This is the turquoise one. And that's a little sticker that was on it. And I'm just gonna like cut off a piece long enough so that I can tie a bow on him. I finished crocheting around, and so I'm gonna cut off like a long enough piece so that I have enough to tie a bow on him. This turquoise color is really pretty. I love it. I'm not like a professional at tying bows, but I ended up making a double bow, and then I cut it down some so it ain't as long. If you're going to be giving this to like a kid or something and you want it to try the pattern, I would probably embroider the eyes and not use the plastic eyes. So this is just a video of it being done and how big it is in my hand. It's really cute. And that's me holding it up. Finished. That's the bottom side. And then here's a few little pictures of it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.